Hello friends, this is Coldrun. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, where we're going to be starting the long-delayed, by me, not by the game, the long-delayed 6.5 MSQ. And I have my bite-sized pudding with me, because I have a feeling we'll be going back to the Red Moon at some point, and, I mean, from Final Fantasy IV, I remember the black flans on the moon being particularly annoying. Anyway, Varshan, seeking the light. Varshan's glad for your arrival. Ah, Kakushu, I was about to call for you. Developments about the Void Gate, yeah. And Ishtol is coming back shortly. I dare to hope she has made some progress in devising a way to harness the First's light. Right, again, I appreciate how they give a recap, because it's been a long time for me since I did the last MSQ quest. Got a little scab on my chin. Apologies for that. It's probably a little bit gross. Nice chest. That wasn't an Ishtola joke. It wasn't intended that way initially. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. I pray thou art come with glad tidings. With findings well worth many sleepless nights, I'm pleased to report. You may leave. I'm thinking of the dragon. Something that I can never unsee, even when it's not there, is from watching some of the Grinding Gear streams, is their obsession with the dragon shock face. Like when a dragon, just gapes their mouth and it looks the most ridiculous. And anytime a dragon's mouth hangs a little bit open, I kind of see that. You may leave it there, thank you. Yeah, that's very ironworksy. Eager though I am to hear the details, I must share tidings of my own, grave ones. Oriange hath sent word from the Void Gate in Mare Lamentorum. The situation is precarious. It's about to crack open with, not with Zodiark, with Zeromus there. They continue to rely upon the brands to contain the forces which would otherwise flow freely into the source. Yet though these measures were sufficient to imprison a fragment of Zodiark for eons, against our enemy's determined onslaught, they are degrading at an unsettling rate. It's a good point that the Zodiark was, for all his power, was fairly asleep or dormant and not put together. The Loprits are sparing no effort to sustain the brands, but 'tis only a matter of time ere they fall. Lalafell Shockface. Unless we act soon, there shall be no stopping Golbez from realizing his ambition. That Zeromus should so test the seal even when not at full strength. 'Tis every bit as terrible as we feared. Is Zeromus not at full strength? I forgot about that. Aye, we must needs vanquish it, to which end we require a means to pierce its dark shroud. The Zeromus fight's 100% going to have the Zeromus music from 4, right? Or a version of it. So did you find it? A way to bring resplendent light to bear against our foe? As a matter of fact, I have. What you got? The theory was simple. We harness light from the First and channel it to the 13th. Such a feat would require us to manipulate vast amounts of energy, to say the least. Are we going to do like a ton of Porxies? I don't think so. The Porxies aren't really no, the Porxies were from the First initially. Allegan Dodgeball? What is this? So I consulted Sid and his fellows who rose to the challenge and produced bespoke devices, ether transmitters. Okay, so kind of a little sed ex machina, which I am okay with. These marvelous contraptions can be placed at maybe that's unfair to call them to even allude to them being deus ex machina, but I mean, Sid's an engineer. This is a reasonable, yeah, sure. I'm okay with this. I don't mean that in a negative sense. These marvelous contraptions can be placed at locations of our choosing to facilitate the flow of ether. In other words, we can use them to create ethereal currents. Placed at locations to facilitate the flow of ether to create ethereal currents. We'll first direct ether from Naboth Orang, where the flood of light was halted, into the Crystal Tower. We all know from personal experience the wonders of which it is capable, wonders which suit our need perfectly. That's fair. Kind of what the Crystal Tower was for to an extent, right? I should mention that the structure in the Azim Steppe, which the Alligans built to redirect ether, was also a source of inspiration. I forgot that. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm sure I'd recognize it, but I don't remember it immediately. Okay, that's pretty sweet. I mean, it looks cool. Yeah, sure. Once we have infused the Crystal Tower with sufficient ether, we shall send it into the rift. Yeah, so charge up the Crystal Tower like a laser and blast it at the 13th. And so the ether transmitters shall guide the energy under the 13th, like so. So they're like beacons or waypoints to direct the channel energy, little etheric lightning rods. It must be pretty efficient. I mean, unless maybe a lot is being lost in the process. In this way, we shall have a lance of light with which to pierce the shield of darkness. With the amount of black everyone here is wearing, we look like the Final Fantasy XV cast. I just noticed that. Or so I hope. No tests were performed were close to the scale of what we ultimately seek to achieve. I cannot guarantee success. With such great minds on our side, how could we possibly fail? It would hardly be the first time we played it by ear. This sounds more likely. If something might go wrong, and we'll improvise. True enough, but that's not a point of pride for me personally. I think it should be. Cats are good on their feet. Science and theory aside, we need to place one or more of these transmitters in the first, I take it. Yeah, I can do that. I can hop on over. A task we must entrust to you, Kakushu. Rest assured, I will provide you with what support I can. Yeah, no worries. I wish to go as well. Are you going to be okay in the first? It's got to be like the polar opposite of the 13th. This world that you brought back from the brink, I would see it with my own eyes. I guess it's not like that anymore, though. It's right. It's not like light suffused anymore. But how dost thou intend to make the journey? In a spirit vessel. That's how you and yours managed it, yes? Yeah. I guess. I mean... Yeah, you're used to it. Yeah, you are used to it. Void sense summoning also sees the soul separated from the flesh. This separation I can do at will. The principles are similar enough. Yep, there's the Final Fantasy IV music again in the background. Usually, this is the music after you lose a party member or after something really sad happens. If you aren't averse to traveling with company, I should be glad to lend Zero my vessel. What's so funny? I don't know. Then it's settled. I shall finish preparing the transmitters and then help Zero transfer her soul. Yep, just a good old soul transfer. Pray see to your own preparations and then let us reconvene at Megaduta. It was Estinian. For a moment I misunderstood and thought Ishtola was proposing that Zero borrow her body, which would have been odd. I'll admit this. I was thinking of saying, I thought the same thing, and I was afraid if I say it, it would come across as like, I don't know, a sex joke, and that wasn't how it was intended, but I couldn't think of a way to say that without it coming out that way. Ishtola will be along after she has seen to Zero's soul. Let's wait her here. Yeah, okay. Okay. Apologies for the wait. Everything went smoothly. Zero's soul is now safely within the spirit vessel. I shall have the alchemists attend to her body until she returns. The vessel I place in your care, along with the transmitters and a set of garments for Zero. That's right. Did they warp over there naked? I don't remember. I think so, right? They have to make their own clothes. I've also included instructions on how to operate the Crystal Tower, courtesy of Grahatia. Just a little tech pamphlet. While you're away, I'll join Urianger and the Loprits on the moon. They'll need help should the brands fall. A fine idea. For my part, I shall continue to coordinate our efforts while I recover from my wounds. Now rest up, Fritra. Given the task at hand, I suggest you speak with Ryne. With her power over light, she is bound to be helpful in our efforts. But ere you do that, or aught else, seek out Beklug. As the first foremost authority in soulcraft, they should be able to grant Zero a corporeal form. As I recall, the old Numo was rather fond of the Cabinet of Curiosity, so that should be our first stop. I love them. They are great. And their voice is so unique. They're like sounding that nasally thing. Alright, let's go. Warrior of Darkness Ho. Beklug. Is that you, Kukushu? What brings you back across the rift? Good to see you. Despite grinding gears thinking Numo are not interesting. Honestly, first you ask me to extract another soul from a spirit vessel, and then you tell me you have designs to channel light to the void. Wicked white, Kukushu, is nothing ever simple with you. It's got to be kind of annoying to deal with a FF14 protag. I suppose some people can't help but find themselves at the center of world-changing events. Very well, if your home is in peril, I shall do all in my power to aid you. And if it helps Unakalhai with his work... Unakalhai? Unakalhai? I'm gonna go with Unakalhai, I don't remember if they've pronounced it. With his work, all the better. While I tend to your companion, you should go and speak with Ryne. By all accounts, she practically lives at the Hortorium these days. I will look for you there once I've finished. The Hortorium. The Hortorium? Is that like the herbalist zone, maybe? Something like that?
Restoring the elements to the empty may allow life to flourish there once more.
I guess that makes sense that you're in the Hortorium then, because you're all about life flourishing.
But that isn't enough to return the environment to the way it was. No, we need to gradually reintroduce life, beginning with plants.
When the raid series out there concluded, the gosh, I can't even remember the name of the raid series, but the series with the big floating spaceship squid bio thing. Whenever that finished, the one based off the Final Fantasy VIII summon, I can't for the life of me remember the name of it. When that finished, like, life sprouted up. There were plants there. So I'm a little bit surprised by this, but it makes sense. Like, in theory, it makes sense, but there were plants all over as soon as the raid was over.
Not just any plants, though, but those that won't be a burden on a weakened land.
It's almost like she's playing that. What was that version of? Came out a little bit ago. It was like Sim City, but But in the game, it's all about removing the ruins of an old civilization and reintroducing like biodiversity and gradually like removing these rusted old metal buildings and putting in place like plants. It's like un-Sim City. I don't remember the name of the game itself though. You've become quite the scholar. You've taken interest. How about coffee plants? How about coffee plants?
Coffee. If I recall correctly, it thrives in warm climates with cooler nights to promote growth.
She really hasn't noticed who said that, has she?
Yes, that might be suitable. And with a good harvest, we could set some aside for coffee biscuits.
There we go.
Wait, it's you!
It is indeed. I never noticed how cool her dagger is, by the way.
It seems you caught me rambling to myself. How embarrassing.
We all do that. I have a cat, and so I do that all the time.
I've been studying botany, you see. Hoping that the knowledge would help our work in the empty. But never mind that for now. What brings you to the Crystarium? It was my understanding that the final days were behind us.
I mean, there's always another final day around the corner.
You wish to combat this otherworldly threat with the power of light?
We do so wish.
Please, let me help. Though I've lost my connection to Hydaelyn, I can still manipulate light to a degree. If there is a chance I could save others with that power, then I have to try.
There we go, go Ryne. Welcome to the first Zero.
Done. Zero is now with us in the flesh. The spirit vessel I shall hold on to for operating the tower. This will help me to make sense of the controls, will it?
I mean, maybe, from the looks of it, you don't...
There's a levity in his words that wasn't there before.
Oh, okay.
It heartens me to know he is well.
I'm glad. I like that there's still this relationship going on that we see developing, even though Graha's not here himself.
I shall see to the preparations as per his instructions.
My thanks for your help.
I love her. I love Becklug's tail. Their tail just sitting there whapping away calmly.
Think nothing of it. That said, 'tis customary that my kind receive fitting payment for services rendered.
I don't think Zero has any problem with that. You are in her wheelhouse with that.
Not unlike we void sent then. In that case, you may devour some of my ether.
Are you mad? I'll do no such thing. The very
Beck-
suggestion is absurd.
Becklug literally hopping mad. What does that look?
Now, let's calm down. We all have our preferences, and I'm sure no offense was intended.
No, it was her style. It was a sincere offer.
I shall attend to the tower now. The rest, I leave to you.
It was a fair offer. I think she should accept. I think they should accept, sorry.
Zero, was it? My name is Ryne. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I think that Ryne's girlfriend has got to watch out because Zero is very much Ryne's type at this point.
This world isn't what I expected. While light is indeed strong here, it's not pervasive or overwhelming. Everything looks much as it does in the source.
Should have been here a few years ago.
Darkness to thank for that. If you're interested, I would be glad to show you around.
Yeah, we have Ryne has another goth GF ready to go here. That music. I still haven't seen the Dawn Trail trailer yet, and so I'm excited to see what kind of music. I know it's supposed to have a lighter tone, but I'm excited to see what kind of music they use for that. I'm gonna probably watch it whenever the final one comes out. I don't love that they.
Ordinary sky. Ordinary and beautiful.
I don't love the way they do the trailers. With I get the marketing version of it, like why they do bit by bit, but I want to just see it when it's done.
To think that after so much loss, they could reclaim this.
It's a heartening thought from the 13th. Growing Light. We got a patch name. Well placed, too, given the context of what we're seeing now. Oh, good morning, buddy. Pigeon's perched on the radiator. My cat sleeping on the radiator. He just kind of perked his head up. I've heard something of your deeds here, of how the warrior of darkness fought on despite light ravaging her very being. Had I the self-same strength of spirit, perhaps I could have done more for my world. Look what you're doing! You are doing more for your world. Yeah. Yeah, you got this. We have completed seeking the light. We have sought the light. Oh, new unending codices. Let me take a look at that. I'm just skimming through the new unending codex entries, and I don't think I knew that the Garland Ironworks was partnered with the Highwind Skyways. Who are the Highwinds in this game? Are they just another Dragoon set? I don't remember who the Highwinds are. Were they mentioned in the Dragoon storyline and I just forgot? That could be. Appealing to the masses, Ryne is eager to help set your plan in motion. Let's head for Nabatha-Rang. Since Zero can't teleport to the Aetheryte there, we should probably travel by Amaro. There she is, one of many best girls in the first. Ah, there you are. Thank goodness I'm not too late. Lena, I take it Becklug told you why she's here? Wait. What'd they say? I thought Becklug uses they, them. I mean, I know that I messed up before earlier too, but I'm surprised Ryne would. More or less. Oh no, she being Zero, I'm being a Dunkus. Greetings and welcome. I am Lena, captain of the guard here at the Crystarium. Zero, is there something you require? Yeah, ignore all that I said before. I was totally wrong. When I learned of your plan to gather light at the Crystal Tower, I felt compelled to warn you of the potential repercussions. I know well that you would never use the tower for ill, nor without due caution. Even so, I believe I understand. Ever since the flood, the light has been a source of pain and misery. Some fear it, still, no doubt. Yeah, that's a good point. This is like, there's got to be something like triggering in using the Crystal Tower here to channel the power of light. Even if it doesn't do any harm to the world, like it's got to be a mental shock to the people here. Which is to say that some would be uncomfortable at the sight of it wielded as we intend. That is your concern, is it not? Precisely. It was light that nearly consumed our world. To use the Crystal Tower to harness this destructive force risks turning the tower into an object of fear. You may convince the Crystarium of the necessity of your cause, but it will not be so easy to win over those who are outside our walls. I will worry this will undermine the fragile trust that we have only begun to build with some communities. They may misunderstand your intentions. It's a fair concern, but kind of the stakes here warrant us riding roughshod over that. Or at least bypassing it by more political means. Tell me who they are and what misunderstandings they may have. I shall allay their concerns. She's really come a long way. Kukushu and I will go with her. People know us. Our presence will put them at ease. Thank you. I realize this will delay the execution of your plans, but I see no other way. I mean, the other way is to just do it, right? And just damn the consequences, and they'll deal with the political fallout after, but this is... I think we have enough time to do it. As for where to begin, I dare say Yulmore will be as good a place as any. Though ours is an amicable relationship now, we were at odds for long years. Yulmore was once ruled by a tyrant who wielded the power of light. Though he promised salvation, in truth he made slaves of his subjects, and sought to destroy any who defied him. He's gone now, thankfully, and a good man named Chai Nuz... Oh, we get to see Chai and Dulia again. Chai Nuz was elected mayor. Relations between our cities have improved much since then. Even so, there's a lingering rivalry between us. If the Crystarium were to harness light without warning, some Yulmorans might suspect we have ulterior motives. Thus it would be prudent to give them prior notice. If you explain that you seek to save the Warrior of Darkness's home, I should hope that they would give you their blessing. At least the leadership. Once again, yours is a name that commands respect and trust in the domain of your former enemies, as it does in Garlemald. Yeah, we have a lot of friends to lovers arcs bubbling up in the protagonist of 14's and the Warrior of Light's, Warrior of Darkness's world, aren't there? Where else should we visit? Yeah, the Greatwood. There you will find the Knights Blessed, a small collective which worships darkness, as well as the Vis, guardians of the secrets of ancient Ronka. The Vis are insular and will likely not object unless the light encroaches upon their territory. The Knights Blessed, on the other hand, would greatly benefit from your assurances that your actions will not adversely affect their lives. People who worship darkness, fitting for a world all but consumed by light. That was one of my favorite world-building choices of Shadowbringers. How flipped on its head it was. How the normal dark-light dynamic we see. Very well. It's not that new or anything, but it was well done. We will treat the people of Yulmore and the Knights... Treat with the people of Yulmore and the Knights Blessed. Here, take these whisper weeds. I will let you know when all is in readiness with the tower. And that's the other reason we can do this, because we have the time to do it. Like, even if we didn't care about doing it, we'd just be waiting around, because they need to prep the tower. Right then, I should tend to my own tasks. Explaining the situation to the people of the Crystarium, and arranging for your transmitters to be placed here and in Nabatharang. Thank you, Lena. We're truly grateful. Thank you, Lena. What was that salute? That was like a 10 salute. Like with the ball. I guess maybe she always did that. Come, let's head to Yulmore. Hopefully Chai Nuz will know how best to present our plan to everyone. He has been a surprisingly adept political mind on top of his engineering feats, hasn't he? You know, I'm just seeing a triple triad card available in the Beehive. I don't think I've gotten that yet, so let me try to win whatever this triple triad card is. Because I thought I got all the ones in Shadowbringers that were winnable by playing against others, and then it's NPCs. What do you have, Greywen? 2 of them. Oh, Dissension plus swap. This is like my nightmare game. First card, we got the Junglers of Yulmore. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Ah, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Yeah, these jerk faces. They're not even that good. That's how it goes. What else? All right, I've been at this for like an hour, maybe. Something like that. I'm done for now. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I want to get this. I want to see what this card is, but I've had enough of this for now. I'll see you in a second. Oh, finally. Okay. That took well over an hour. That took an hour and 20 minutes, maybe? I don't know why I was... Okay, so when I started this playthrough, like the Endwalker playthrough, I was fairly committed to doing as much stuff as I could in terms of like regular side quests and stuff in the Endwalker zones. And I saw this and I'm thinking, but I thought I got this. I thought I did all the Endwalker triple triad challenges. This is Shadowbringers. Okay. All right, well, you know what? I'm glad I got the card anyway. Sure, I got it after like how many I feel like I got, yeah, 5 Jonglers of Yulmore, but we finally got a Ranjit. Enough talk. I am a soldier and you are my enemy. Yeah. Okay. All right, well, we got Ranjit. That's good. That was... I don't know if that was probably not worth however much time I just spent on an hour, 20 minutes or whatever. But what is this trading thing? Oh, delivery. Right. Okay. Forgot about that. Anyway, on to Chai Nuz. Dulia Chai, good to see you. Oh, Kukushu, what a wonderful surprise this is. And you've even brought a new friend. I have. Ah, Dulia. Again, one of the many best girls of Shadowbringers. Good gods, if it isn't Kukushu, to what do we owe this pleasure? Not another world-ending threat, surely not? Surely not? It's always another one. We're planning a grand undertaking that may be of concern to the people of Yulmore, or there's a sensitive matter about which we thought it best to consult the city's esteemed mayor. Let's speak a little bit obtusely. I think he likes that. I doubt I'd ever describe myself as such, but anyway, I can tell you're up to something. I guess he doesn't like that. The kind of something I might want nothing to do with, but regardless, I should probably know. What is it? I'm still kicking myself about the triple triad thing, but that's okay. Excuse me. Gathering light with the crystal tower, you say? I'd be lying if I said that doesn't bring back unpleasant memories, and I believe I speak for most Yulmorans. We can hardly blame you. Yeah, we wouldn't do this if we didn't have to. We have no reason to question your motives, of course. Neither yours nor those of the Crystarium's leadership. A world engulfed in darkness, its corrupted inhabitants, and attempting to invade your own. It's rather a lot to process. But the desire to save one's home is something anyone can understand. I'm touched that you would show such concern for our feelings despite the gravity of your plight. Very well, you have my support. As if there were ever any doubt. Let's gather the people at once. An explanation from you ought to ensure everyone understands. Yeah, there was no doubt. Not so fast, dearest. If I were to reveal everything at this juncture, many would be deeply unsettled, regardless of any assurances I offered. No, we need to first set the stage. Spread word of the Warrior of Darkness's plight, that she is on a mission to save her world as she once did ours. I think it's a really good way to do it. I think you treat the people here not as bystanders, but as potential rescuers. You inspire their heroism over their fear. Once the tale is common knowledge, I shall call an assembly and explain the need to harness the power of light to a populace far more amenable than to the idea. To that end, might I trouble you to speak with your citizens about your predicament? Speak with our citizens? Would be more effective to hear the details from the hero herself, more likely to inspire solidarity for your cause. That is actually very smart. So we appeal to the desire to aid the Warrior of Darkness, Rendon. I remember him, the whole quest to recruit him. This bring back just good memories. Desire to aid the Warrior of Darkness to present light in a more positive light. Well played, Master Chai. Yeah, he's not just a good guy. He's got some political chops of his own. If it's best you do the talking, then we'll come with you. Fine by me. I'm content to observe. She is really tall. I guess is she a Rogaden? It never occurred to me that. I just assumed Zero was Hyur in my mind, but I guess she's like a Rogaden, isn't she? Or maybe Ryne's just small and young. Once you have finished your rounds, I ask you report to me. I should like to know how the people react. Lead the way, Kakusha. We'll be right behind you. All right, let's do this. From that conversation, some of these, again, some of the dialogue I end up skipping through a little bit if it's just like, let's go to the next place, but thanks to Julius and Thancred have grown better at recognizing it, at how much people trust, at recognizing trust. Her Zero is very good. I like Zero. The coldest of takes, but still. But you've met Thancred too. I mean, right. Of course you have. I don't know why I said that. She probably misses him. Right. Let's find some citizens to speak with. All right, let's do it. Zero, what's your take on the Beehive? A tavern, and an extravagant one at that, but those dancers engage with the poles in such strange ways. They do indeed. They do indeed. Are they pantomiming a battle? A soldier thrusting their spear, okay, into the ground and using it to launch themselves at an enemy, perhaps? Yes, that's the origin of pole dancing, for anyone who doesn't know. Given this world's violent history, it makes sense that displays of martial prowess would become popular entertainment. I am so happy I talked to Zero right now. Ryne, what's your opinion? Thancred once told me that people come to these places to savor some memories and drown the others. I imagine the beehive was built primarily to help Yulmorans forget about Sin Eaters, if only for a time, but now they can simply enjoy themselves. I can see the appeal, but don't worry, I know I'm still a bit too young for it. How old is she supposed to be? Because she was like 16 back in Shadowbringers. That was like 2 years ago, maybe? And so presumably she's like around 18. Maybe she was more like 15, so maybe she's like 17 now? I don't know. And this is, I know that the game, I've heard people say that characters don't age, that like, or not characters don't age, that like no time has passed in game from the start, that basically only a few months have passed, that they're the same age as they were in A Realm Reborn. I don't buy that. I'm in my headcanon, at least, they're going on kind of a realistic, on a real world timeline. Every expansion is about, I don't know, 2 years worth of in-game time. Yeah, pessimistic patron here, thinking about the future and feeling anxious. Big mood. What? Your home is threatened with destruction? Wicked White, why are you wasting time in a drinking hole? But as I say it, I feel the sting of hypocrisy. Gods, I need to take control of my life. I need to face my troubles head on, and same goes for you. Alright. Where are we going next? The understory. Solemn soldier. Well now, the warrior of darkness and oracle of light, how may I be of service? We tell our story. Your enemies plot to invade your world. Having heard tales of Sin Eaters ravaging countless villages, your plight feels all too familiar. Come what may, I urge you to remain strong. You overcame the light wardens. You can overcome any adversity. And for what it's worth, I'm sure everyone here would be willing to help in whatever way we can. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so again, it's working brilliantly. The idea of, again, appealing to their... You're talking, the way that they're talking to us now is as mentors, not as people we're rescuing, which is how you should be talking to people, I think, generally, like if you're trying to get their help. The night soil pots, the derelicts. 0. That thing there, cleaning up the debris. For a moment, I thought it might be a void scent. I don't know what you're looking at. In case you didn't know, it's not uncommon for our kind to use statues as vessels. But I see now that it's more akin to the mechanical soldiers used by the Garleans. They come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? What are you looking at? Oh, one of those things. One of the... I don't remember their name because I don't know names, but yeah, one of those things. When Vothri tried to keep us out of the city, many free citizens died in the chaos. Some had no kin to inherit their wealth, and so Yulmore decided to use it to help fund the reconstruction of the derelicts. That's why there's Constructobots going on here. I love it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so they're working to improve kind of the real crap parts of the neighborhood. Renovating resident. Nice alliteration. You're the warrior of darkness. I never dreamed I'd have the honor, but why are you in Yulmore? Your home is in danger, you say, and you've come seeking help. If there's anything we can do for you, and you need only ask. Yeah. The long road ahead of us, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and yours. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So the people are of one mind in their desire to help? Good, good. Why, just earlier I overheard a conversation about how the Warrior of Darkness is seeking to stave their home. Yeah, it's sticking. All that remains then is to assemble the citizens and explain Kokushu's need to gather light. Right, so we haven't told them the specifics of what we're looking to do, they just know they want to help now. Wait, aren't you? Who is this? Who are you, bewildered citizen? Someone I should remember? Yes, you're her. The young lady who saved me from Vothri. I'd eaten enough meal to fall under his control, but you cured me. I wouldn't be alive if not for you. This guy is not ringing any bells for me, but I assume he was someone in during that whole Vothri Cure plotline that we actually saw in game. Oh, I remember you too. I'm glad to see you're doing well. I only later learned it was the Oracle of Light herself who saved me. Saved all of us. I didn't know if I'd ever get the chance to express my gratitude. I'm sure it was nothing from someone with your power, but thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, preemptively stop Ryne from the Dark Knight path. Let her know that side quests matter. What is this meal? Oh. Yeah, about that. Food made from the flesh of from the light-tainted flesh of sin eaters, you say? I see. The more they ate, the more the light's corruption spread. It's got to have a meaning, of significant meaning for her, for Zero to hear that. Right, and because of that, they became susceptible to Vothri's commands, as he could make the Sin Eaters do his bidding. I wonder if anything similar actually was impacted by the Void Sent, like, eating each other constantly. Thankfully, I was able to suppress the light's influence and free everyone from his control. No lingering effects, yeah. I've seen countless souls corrupted by darkness. Someone with the power to heal them would be regarded as a great figure and never know peace. I guess they'd be like a doctor, just on call 24/7, working 72-hour shifts. My gift has been a burden. Many have suffered for it, died for it. There were times when I wished I didn't have it, when I wanted to run away from everyone and everything. Burnout. But I had friends to encouraging and despair. They're like, burnout, I guess, is a flavor of despair, but still. Help me learn not to just embrace my gift, but to take charge of my life, to change my fate. Tip of the old Zero tip of the hat. I want that emote. Maybe do we have that emote? And so you did just that. The people of this world are resilient indeed. How many times do I have to say she's great? She's great. That half void sent like me managed to escape the flood of darkness. For all these years, I'd never stopped to wonder why. To wonder if I had a greater part to play. Well, perhaps it's time I took charge and considered what I might be able to do for others. The answer is here in the first, and I will find it. You got this. I believe in you. Zero's cool expression. Anyone seen the movie Hackers? That really silly hacking, like, cool hackers movie from the late 90s, I guess it was, probably mid 90s. Yeah, I think the protagonist's hacker avatar name was Zero Cool. Zero's cool expression cannot hide the fire in her eyes. If we have no further business here, let's move on. Where to next? Slitherbow, home of the Knights Blessed in the Raktika Great War. Oh yeah, we're getting to talk to Catboy. It's so sad right now that Y'shtola can't visit Catboy right now. That Y'shtola's busy doing other stuff. He's gonna be so disappointed. I wonder what it's going to be like for... I just thought of this. I wonder what it's going to be like for Runar to meet someone from Void World. If he's going to think that Zero is like an angel from heaven. Kakushu, you're a sight for sore eyes, my friend. Will you be staying long in Slitherbow? Oh, having said that, I suspect this isn't just a social call. A great plan is in motion, and the Knights Blessed deserve to know. Or we need to speak with you as leader of the Knights Blessed. It's important. I get, is he really the leader of the Knights Blessed? He seemed so young. Great plans in motion, the Knights Blessed deserve to know. When you put it that way... Oh, very well. On behalf of my people, I would hear what you have to say. Oh, and they're probably going to be more resistant than anyone. Like, they're going to... I don't think they're actually... I think they're going to be fine because it's us, but I'd imagine that there are some people in Knights Blessed who'd be like, wait, you're trying to do what to the void, to the darkness? What, your world? Master Matoya's world is in grave danger. On the other hand, if there's anyone you could convince just by name-dropping the cat crush, it's him. Master Matoya. Ishtola. She took another name in accordance with custom when she lived among the Knights Blessed. Yeah. We remember them. Even I remember them. Remember the reason behind the name. You are Zero, yes? The one come from a world consumed by darkness. I struggle to conceive of such a place. A pitch-black pall shrouds the sky, which neither the light nor sun nor the stars can pierce. It's the opposite of what you once knew in Norvrant. Is it? It's really not the opposite of it, is it? Because even here, in both places, the night sky couldn't break through. Interesting. That being the case, I'm sure you can relate to our situation. Yeah, they're much closer than I was thinking. All too well, you have my deepest sympathies. And in order to beat back the darkness in your world, you would harness light from ours. Tis a simple yet brilliant idea. Only Master Matoya could have conceived of such. That Norvrant is still in her thoughts. That we are still... So you're not opposed to our plan? No. Anything that... We Knights Blessed may place our faith in the dark, but I, Runar, place my faith in Matoya. We've never sought to force our beliefs upon others. If your deliverance lies in the light, then by all means avail yourselves of it. Good. Excellent. I'm surprised. From what I was told of your people, I was certain you would disapprove of our methods. I wasn't certain, but I thought they might have more resistance. I thought it might be a bigger ask, that they would be like, gods, if you're asking us to do this, but I will brave this for you. But no, he's on board. Do not mistake our reverence for darkness as a desire for it to be ascendant. Rather, in darkness there is a peace that we seek to make our own through prayer and self-reflection. Excellent. They're not void evangelists. And while light may have wrought suffering in our world, anything in excess can be harmful. Even darkness, as you and yours know all too well. Yes. It is the wielder who is righteous or evil, not the weapon. If you would wield light for a noble cause, then who are we to deny you? An easy thing for me to say now that night has been restored to our world, perhaps. Nevertheless, I wish you the best in your fight, Zero. May light shine your way in the darkness. Now then, to mark this joyous occasion, I must offer you a proper welcome to Slitherbow. Do we have time for that? I mean, I guess. Apparently we do. You might find this interesting, Zero. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. If you say so. Is this the drop of water thing? Right, let us begin with the customary greeting. She's got to go through the intro quests. She's got to unlock the zone. Kakushu, I trust you remember how to announce yourself as a friend of the Blessed? Not really. I mean, she does, I do not. With chat mode and say, enter Alin Tuta to offer Runar a traditional greeting. Ah, yes, the traditional type on the PS5, the savage mode of the quest. Friends old and new, I bid you welcome to Slitherbow. Alin Tuta, what does it mean? In the language of Ronka, it is one of several ways one might say good evening. This old greeting allows us to quickly discern friend from foe. A simple expression, but in a world bereft of night, the words held deep meaning. They were a reminder of the world as it was, When the sun and the moon and the stars yet danced across the sky, and we wished one another well as the day gave way to night. Yeah, communal tradition. Indeed, we are no longer strangers, you and I. Next, we shall have you cleansed of light's impurities. Present yourself to Daveth in the yonder room. He will be glad to assist you. Right, this is the part I remember more. All right, she's been cleansed with the washing of water. 0. I feel wet, but no, otherwise no different. Yeah. I would be surprised if you said otherwise. Even so, it's customary to cleanse ourselves of light with water blessed by our priests. But you have darkness again. Why do you not? Why not continue the custom? I'm interested in what he says. Why, for the same reason it was conceived, to pray for the safety of friends and visitors alike, as we pray for yours this eve. That's right. It's not like all their problems were solved. Blessed shadow keep you. All right, back to Runar. It's weird seeing all these side quests around. I really did like no side quests back in the day. The day being anything pre-Endwalker. I've undertaken the ritual. And while I can't explain it, I feel more confident than I did before. Just a touch. There's actual magic in it, I think. I'm glad to hear it. With the Warrior of Darkness at your side, I have no doubt that you two will save your two worlds. If we can defeat Zeromus, then the source would be safe. But nothing would change for my own world. There would just be one less void sent to struggle over scraps with the rest. That's right, we still have to find like a systemic answer. Right now, this is responsiveness. Like we're responding to a specific problem. Rather than... I mean, maybe we'll be able to enact some kind of more systemic change. 0 certainly wants that. Kukushu, can you hear me? I have met with the people of Yulmore and Have you met with the people of Yulmore and Raktika? Excellent. Then we may proceed to the next phase of the plan without worry. Beklug has informed me that the tower is ready, so make for Nabatharang at your leisure. I have arranged for you to rendezvous with Cassard en route as well. Not only can he take you to the site of the flood, but he will also know where best to place the transmitters, given his familiarity with the route between the Crystarium and Amarang. He will be in Twine on business shortly. Alright, we're heading to Twine next. Good morning, cat. Oh, never mind. He's just turning around on his radiator bed. It's all coming together to Twine. Cassard. Your timing couldn't be better, Kukushu. I've just finished up my business here. Lena has told me all. Alright, you're taking us to Nabatharang. Excellent. Other helpers are coming. What other helpers? Are they the trolley people? Kukushu, it really is you. Oh, no, it's, yeah, it's Goblin McGee. I don't get... Gen, one of the Mordsuk. Okay. When an esteemed customer is in need, the merchants of Mordsuk are eager to provide. And then the Crystarium's here also. Awesome. Yet more people clamoring to help you. It'd be almost more surprising if they hadn't shown up. Yeah, that tends to happen for a protag like me. If everyone's ready, let's get to work. Wait. Now this is the trolley crew, I think. Magnus, yep, 100%. You're heading to Nabatharang and didn't think to call on us. Well, most of our Talos, that was their name. Talos are in a sorry state. We've spared no effort in maintaining the trolley. Of course you haven't. Of course you've maintained the trolley. That is your night sky. The night sky is to the Knights Blessed, as the trolley is to these folks. We've even upgraded it, as a matter of fact, faster than ever, and can deliver you to Nabatharang in no time at all. Wonderful. Yeah, for Thancred would be pissed if he didn't help us. Thank you, trolley bros. Zero's just taking this all in, seeing all these previously forged bonds and friendships and allies. And it's just so alien to the experience on the 13th, but not alien to her experience that she's had here on in the source in the first. I dare say we have ample help. Come, let's go and acquire our light.
So this is the flood of light.
It's quite a sight.
I don't remember much of the time when darkness consumed the 13th. Just the cold and the emptiness.
Zero? Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I was wondering if she was going to say no for a second, but no, that was just shaking off like I'm good.
You're the one who stopped this.
Oh, no.
Sort
no.
of.
That was the first Oracle of Light, Minfilia. She's since left us, but I inherited her power and legacy.
I see. Let's get started then, shall we?
Do let's. These are weird as hell. And I love it.
The other transmitters are set. Whenever you're ready.
Channeling right from the flood. Right from the flood wall, or whatever it's called. It's like charging up a base on Subnautica.
Light. It's almost too much for one steeped in darkness, like me.
Ordinarily, that sounds like a very goth line, but like this, in this case, it's very literal.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive.
That's Julius? Euless?
What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today.
If this power were mine to wield.
What's she doing?
I will not succumb! Not to darkness! Nor to light!
What just happened?
Zero!
Is she trying to, like, reverse her ether?
She's taken light into herself.
Like, to neutralize her ether?
Her body struggles to contain it. She needs help.
That was unexpected as hell. Hats off and everything.
Thank goodness. How do you feel?
Better now, I think.
Really?
Then you're very, very lucky. Whatever possessed you to do that?
Seriously. I guess
had
seeing
to
her
know if I could
reflection.
command the light. If I could change my fate. Once, I would never have dared to dream it, but your friendship and your trust has helped me to see new possibilities in myself and everything else.
See, here's the thing. I know that this game gets a lot of shit from people for being power of friendship, power of friendship. But what I love about this is that it's not just power of friend because we've had pizza together, we've defeated the boss. Sometimes it's like that, but when 14 is really cooking, and I think it's cooking, it looks at what that means. It looks at how this sort of seeing trust for the first time can impact you. Like the kinds of things it makes you want to change in yourself. How it can pull you out of certain ruts and pull you out of certain like locked in self-images. And I like this is what I'm saying. It's not just what I'm saying, but I quite like this.
When I beheld this world once damned yet saved, I saw the potential for mine to be saved as well.
Yeah. And it ties directly into the story. It's not random.
Light and darkness are in harmony, and life flourishes. A world where we're not consumed by insatiable hunger, but filled with hope for what we might create together.
And I'm a sucker for insatiable hunger, addiction, metaphors, and stories in a lot of things. And it's not quite the same thing, but it certainly has similar notes.
If I had the strength, perhaps I could make such a dream reality. Perhaps I could awaken us from this endless nightmare.
I believe in you. I do believe in her.
That's what possessed me.
If that's your heartfelt desire, then you mustn't be afraid to share it.
And you can still have your
There was
hat.
a time when I lacked the courage. To voice my desires was to burden those I love, or so I convinced myself.
That's right. Ryne at this point is like a mentor figure. She's trod a very similar path. In some ways, at least.
I met those who believed in me. They helped me to believe in myself and find the strength to live. And so long as I'm alive, I know that I'll be fine. No matter how dire things seem, no matter where I am, to be able to think that brought me peace. And it's a blessing I owe entirely to my friends.
Those who believe in us. I will remember your words. I know all too well that there's a limit to what we can achieve alone.
As a friend, I'd like to help you fulfill your dream. If you wish to take in more light, I can keep the power in check and help your body accept it.
If anyone can do it, it'd be Ryne. It worked well enough for me with the power of light and dark. You'll be unstoppable. It's not about being unstoppable, I don't think. If anyone can do it, it'd be Ryne. You know, let's build up the person that you're going to have to trust for this.
So it would seem. Right then. I'm counting on you. Here I go.
I mean, she's the Oracle of Light. She's got this.
I can feel it. The light's warmth welling within me.
Then I believe it worked.
With this power, I will return to the void and fight for the world that once was, and for those I hold dear.
I just have this big goofy grin on my face. This makes me happy. And I say this as, I won't get too deep into this, but like for a lot of my, large portions of my life, especially after I graduated college, I'm 40 years old right now, from about 20 to 22 or so till about 32, 33, I really didn't have people. There were family, I didn't see them that often. I love them deeply, but I don't see them that much. We live far apart. But I didn't really have friends. I liked my coworkers well enough. No, more than well enough. I very much like my coworkers. But, you know, we don't spend a lot of time together outside of work. And only around like early 30s did I actually find a group of friends that I still have and have kind of built and changed a little bit, but they're still there. And it's made things so much different. It really has. And so I'm call it sappy, call the power of friendship sappy, and, you know, do the anime meme jokes, but like when it's done well, it hits home for me. We've done our part, and I trust the others will see the light to our destination. It's time we return to the source. I shall seek out Beck Lug and have them return my soul to the spirit vessel. Up. And with that, I'm going to call it for here. Thank you for watching. This has been a long session for me, or long spread out over a couple sessions, and we'll probably complete 5.5 next time, but I don't know. Feels like we have a lot left, but we'll see. We'll see what's there, and I'll try to complete next time though. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.